Hey y'all, Brian the Tattooed Worm Guy, back yet once again. Gonna check on the worms, take a look at these jokers, see what they're doing. It's been a minute since I've been on here last time. Been traveling around a little bit, visiting family and friends, for the holidays and whatnot. Been a lot of fun, been pretty busy, just kind of running in and out of the house here, and hadn't really checked on the worms a whole lot. I've fed them a couple of times. Just been feeding them scraps from when my wife's preparing a salads or something out of the garden. Some celery, some Brussels sprouts, and lettuce and kale. Just a little bit of stuff like that. One thing I've been adding to the mix, I've been putting a little bit of cornmeal, just for a treat for the worms, basically. Not a lot, just a light dusting on top of the mix, and they really seem to enjoy it. But other than that, hadn't really messed with them too much. We're going to go ahead and take a look at them, and before I add any food to the bin, and then we'll go ahead and mix this food up and add that in there as well. But they've been pretty active with this cornmeal. It really seems to increase their activity. I'm hoping that it'll increase their mating activity as well. I'm not sure if it will or not, but man, they just seem like they're having a party in there. I don't know if they know it's New Year's Eve or not, so we're going to check them out. One thing I did want to mention, I think I'd mentioned on a previous video that I had some white bag, kind of like the lunch bags that I had gotten from the pharmacy when I picked up my prescriptions. I ended up having to pull those out. They didn't seem to be taking to them too well. And I've kind of researched a little bit. It seems that the bleached paper like that's bad for them anyway. So, I don't know if they would eat it at all eventually, but evidently it's not good for them anyway. So we went ahead and pulled that out. Wasn't really that big of a deal. Didn't have a whole lot in there to begin with, but I wasn't sure about it. But definitely seems like the brown paper is the way to go, or newspaper. So we'll check on them, take a look at them, and then we're going to feed them and try to keep you a little bit more updated. I've been, like I said, been pretty busy, so I'm wanting to up the production on the worms, try to start feeding them more, get them ready for spring, start trying to put out some more compost and have that ready for seedlings and whatnot. So let's go ahead and take a look at them, see how they're doing. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at these worms. They've been pretty active. That cornmeal really seems to help in that department. They really seem to like it. A little hesitant about putting too much on there. I don't know if it'll change the acidity of it or not. I mean, a little bit's not bad, but I wouldn't go overboard with it. I don't know if I would go specifically buy any cornmeal just for this, but if you've got some laying around and you want to just kind of give them a little treat, they definitely enjoy it. So let's see what they're doing here. Oh yeah, look at that, man. They're pretty busy tonight. They'll go up underground pretty quick here. They really don't like that light, but looks like I've got, I don't know if you can see it right here, got something sprouting in my compost, so that's a pretty good sign. But yeah, like I said, man, you can tell, man, they really like that cornmeal. They come on up for it. So and I noticed, look at that, look how many worms are there. I noticed when I was using cornmeal before that it also seemed to make the bodies of the worms harder. Seemed like they were more firm, or they looked plumper. I don't know if it's giving them something that they need every so often, but they just really seem to enjoy it. As you can see, I was having a trouble with them even after I put these vegetables and stuff in here, where they weren't coming up to this top tray to feed as much as I bought. And I put the cornmeal in there, and I think every one of them's up here now. So definitely got some more sprouts coming up. So that's a really good sign. Like I think I mentioned that before. If you got that coming up, that's a sign that your compost is doing what it needs to do. So, but we'll go ahead and mix these collard greens and turnips up real quick. Pour them off in here. And like I said, I'm going to try to start feeding these things more often, get their production up, and get them ready for the spring. So I'll check back with you in just a second. All right. I've already added some of the vegetable matter that I blended up just because I've got so much of it that I couldn't get it all in one blender. Actually, this is about half of a jug. I've got almost another half here, and I've still got more to add and more to blend. So I just figured I'd go ahead and give you the rundown on it. Like I said, this is just collard greens. It's turnips. It's got a couple apples in it. I've added water to it just because it gets so dry that it's hard to get the blender to work. I'm trying to think the best way to do this here. But I'm gonna go ahead and get all this out. And then off camera, I'll do the rest of it later. I just want to get you guys the gist of everything. It's a lot of material, so, but I think they're up to it. I'm gonna kind of spread it out here best I can. And you know, as always, I'll go ahead and add some of the glacial minerals. I'll add some eggshell. And I'll also add some of the pumice stone. Just kind of mix it all up. And you know, they really seem to like it so much. I think I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of cornmeal to it as well. Seems like it's pulling them up from the bottom tray faster. I don't know if they smell it or if they just, how they really know it's here, but like I said, I don't put a whole lot on here, just a little dusting. And then once I get done adding the rest of this vegetable matter, I'll go ahead and mist it with some more water, and then that'll be it. And that should hold them out for a pretty good while. A few days anyway. I don't know. They've been working on the rest of this stuff in here for about a week. They actually kind of surprised me and been working it pretty quick. So, but we'll see. Like I said, I kind of want to up production a little bit. I want to go ahead and get some more trays put on here. Once you get 3 or 4 trays going, it seems like everything starts going by a little quicker. So I'm gonna really start trying to feed them a little bit more, get them to mating and producing and eating a lot more. So that's all I got. Just want to kind of update you. Like I said, sorry I hadn't been on here for a while. Been pretty busy, but we'll try to do a little bit more often. If y'all got any questions, feel free to email me at tattooedwormguy@gmail.com. Like and subscribe, and just stay tuned, and hopefully here before long we'll be rocking and rolling this thing pretty good. See y'all later. Hey y'all, back again. Thought what I'd do instead of uploading everything all at once, I went ahead and I'm back home from work the next evening after adding that food last night, and gonna go ahead and let's take a peek and see what these worms are doing, see if they're on these collard greens and turnips yet. So, oh yeah, look at that, man. They're clumped up. They're pretty good. Nice. Looks like the feed was a success. So, all right. Well, that's all I wanted to show you. Instead of waiting another week just to look at everything, but I think they're going to end up tearing this up pretty good. We'll check on them a few days, and I'll try to get the camera back out and do some more filming. Till then, y'all take care. See ya.